You say you only called the boss out of concern for my well-being? Well, being that you called him, I had to follow suit. A few weeks ago, my coworker, CW, started ignoring some minor but important protocols, leaving equipment down overnight and failing to notify our remote teams about the issues. Instead of making a big deal out of it, I did him a favor. I sent him a private email explaining what he did wrong, hoping he'd correct it. The next night, he did it again. I reminded him once more, figuring he'd appreciate the heads up. After all, no one wants to be a snitch to the boss, right? Turns out, I was wrong. The very next morning, I overslept because I forgot to charge my phone. When I woke up and realized what had happened, I rushed to work as fast as possible. I was 50 minutes late and immediately apologized when I arrived. CW seemed cool about it until I found out that after just 25 minutes, he had already called the boss. In my years on this team, no one had ever done that. We all understood that mistakes happen, especially minor ones like being late once in a while. But CW, ever the concerned colleague, called our boss at 7:10 a.m. on a Saturday, claiming he was worried about my well-being. Even my boss was confused. He told CW to wait it out, sure that I'd show up soon. When I arrived, my boss reassured me that it was no big deal and admitted he had no idea why CW would even call. What could he do about it at 7 a.m.? Then my boss brought up something else. He asked about a piece of equipment that had been left down for over 6 hours. At that moment, I had no choice but to come clean. I explained that I had already emailed CW about it and that he repeated the mistake the very next day. My boss, now seeing a pattern, asked me to forward the emails to him so he could address it directly. He also asked me not to shield CW anymore because covering for him made the entire team look bad. At that moment, I realized something. CW had no problem throwing me under the bus for being late one time, so why should I keep covering for him? Since then, every mistake CW makes goes straight to the boss. I never realized how many things he screws up until I started paying attention. His errors are far more frequent than I expected, and I make sure our boss sees every single one. I don't talk to CW much these days, but I do find myself curious about his well-being.